Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. How y'all doing? Welcome to Big Talk with Bruce Dickey here on Wabash Catch TV. My name is Bruce Dickey. Thank you so much for joining in today. I got a question. Do you hear? Am I just hearing? Are you hearing anything out of the TV, or is it just me?
I'm not hearing anything. No.
All right, it is just me. All right, well, I'll just make it sure. Ladies and gentlemen, it's a new experience for all of us, as this is our first show in the new studio, and I couldn't pick better people to be here. Travis Wyatt over there, along with Keith Price from North Clay High School, and we are going to talk today about an exciting project that they have coming up, and they are going to want your help on this project. Thank you so much for tuning in today. Boys, thanks for being here. Appreciate that.
Thanks for having us.
You bet. Glad to have you. Let's move this. All right, now, folks, let me get you a little bit used to. You're off camera, see, so now you're on there. Let me get you a little bit used to the new setup here. It's new for all of us. I will freely admit, and it'll take a little bit of work for all of us to get used to, but. We're up here in Louisville now. If you're watching this, the studio had been in Flora. Now it's in Louisville, as we're going to have a few more shows. Jansen Boris has been working, and we're excited. We're going to be adding shows to the lineup, including one from Stacy Earlywine and Beth Cooper, as well as a couple of other things planned in the works, just to add on to your experience of watching Wabash Catch TV. We do appreciate all you folks continuing to watch on the stream, as well as on YouTube and wherever else you are gathering. But thank you again so much and thank you folks for your patience, as it's been a little bit of a long move. But now we got new shows coming back, so we appreciate you tuning in. However, I got to tell you, I looked over at high and low for community events. I could only find one for here on this Thursday, February 9th. I could find one community event, and it does kind of include these two guys. What time is the big meeting tonight, which we're going to talk about?
Thursday night, 7 o'clock.
This is Thursday.
Thursday night. Yes. Thursday night, 7 o'clock in the North Clay Commons.
At the Commons.
Yes.
Where in the high school is the Commons?
It's actually attached to the junior high part of the building.
It's kind of in the middle?
Yeah, it's with the cafeteria, basically, is what it is.
Yep. That meeting is being called to help discuss the expansion and take suggestions, right?
Correct.
That's exactly right. We are going to talk about that at length here in just a few minutes. But what else is going on today? Thursday, February 9th, ladies and gentlemen, you really can't have chosen a better day to come back, because this is National Pizza Day. National Pizza Day falls on February 9th each year, as it's one of America's all-time favorite foods, whether it's the crust, Chicago style, thin crust, deep dish, anything in between. Pizza is America's favorite. What do you boys think is the most popular topping?
Popular topping?
Popular topping.
Pepperoni.
What is? Absolutely right. The guy, he beat you to it.
I was going to say extra cheese, but cheese is a given.
Yeah, cheese is kind of a given. Pepperoni is the most popular topping, as, of course, cheese is kind of a given. Over 3 billion pizzas are sold in the United States each year, with another 1 billion add another 1 billion in frozen pizzas. I'm kind of surprised that the number is that far different, that there are that many more regular pizzas from restaurants than frozen pizzas. Does that make sense?
It makes sense.
I guess it does make sense. I eat frozen pizzas, so that's maybe also why I'm as big as I am. Who knows, ladies and gentlemen? One of the mysteries of life as it continues. 17% of all restaurants in the United States are pizzerias. The first pizzeria opened in Naples, Italy, back in 1738. I guess I could ask you boys that. What do you think where was the first pizzeria and when in the United States? If you watch the Food Network, you'd know, because they go to this place like once out every 6 months or something like that. It seems like they're always heading to this place.
I'd say New York City.
New York City, exactly right. Because that's where the Italians immigrated to to the most part.
Makes sense.
When do you think? I'll give you within 20 years to make your choices. I will count the answer correct if you're within 20 years.
What year was the first pizzeria in Italy?
Napoli was 1738.
1738. Okay. I'd say 1775.
It's a good guess. What about you?
Oh, I'm saying like
You better come up a bit.
18.
I'll give you a hint.
1850.
How about 1895? 1895,
Oh, wow.
first pizzeria in. See, the ladies and gentlemen, they're educators and teachers, but they're always learning too.
Exactly. Yeah.
Yeah, National Pizza Day again falls here on February 9th each year, as that is a good way to celebrate. Yeah, just whenever it falls, especially on Super Bowl Sunday,
Right.
that works perfectly. What else is today on February 9th, ladies and gentlemen? This is National Bagel and Lox Day, one of my favorite breakfasts. Bagels and Lox Day recognizes America's favorite bagel combination here on February 9th, as bagels are one of the few breads that are boiled then baked. That I did not realize that's how they did it. This creates a soft inside while keeping a crisp outside. Bagels originated in Poland in the early 17th century and now sell over $1 billion worth each year in the United States. Scandinavians actually perfected the technique in preparing the lox by curing salmon in a salt brine. See, now that's a good looking bagel. That's how I take my bagel. You got to have. You guys like capers? Y'all for the capers? The green things. You don't like capers?
No.
Never had a caper.
No.
You're kidding me.
No.
Oh, boys. Let me tell you. I'm telling you.
We need culturized.
Let me help you. Do you eat bagels? Either of you?
Not very often.
All right. Well, okay. Well, I won't even try to culture you. I'm not going to try to talk you up. If you like bacon and eggs, that's cool. I don't need to talk you into the bagel. I don't want to change you. Just trying to expand your horizon.
Right.
Captain Crunch is
You like the Captain
basically
Crunch?
my
Well, you see,
breakfast.
now that's the cool. That's cool. You've got children, Keith. I'm certain that they like the Captain Crunch as well.
lots of children.
Lots
of
children. Yeah, that's exactly right. Lots of children. What else is today, ladies and gentlemen? Now, actually, this isn't nearly as fun as the first two, but I guess they celebrate it because it kind of. It kind of warns. It's a warning. This is National Toothache Day. National Toothache Day falls on February 9th each year. It's a not so subtle reminder of the importance of dental care, also known as odontologia. A toothache is pain generating from a tooth or from multiple teeth. A toothache can make you miserable, making it difficult to eat, sleep, or even talk. It's safe to say toothaches are never pleasant, not really something to celebrate, but you can celebrate the ways to prevent toothaches. Be proactive, folks. Take care of your dental hygiene every day by brushing, flossing, and avoiding too many sweets. Eat lots of fresh, crunchy vegetables. Schedule a dental appointment. Go get your teeth cleaned every 6 or 8, 10 months. Discover home remedies until you can see the dentist and smile. What causes toothaches? There are a variety of causes: broken or cracked teeth, cavities, tooth sensitivity maybe from a cracked tooth, or even sinuses. Sinus problems can cause toothache. So, how do dentists treat tooth pain? Well, they used to pull teeth a lot more than they do now, but they try to repair teeth cavities. How often? All right, now you guys are both educators. This is the easiest question in the world. How often a day are you supposed to brush your teeth?
3 times.
Twice a day,
Twice
at
a
least. Yeah.
At least twice a day. 3 times probably isn't too killing bad. I am bad in. I'll brush 2 times a day, but I don't do this flossing thing all the time. Yeah, that's just.
I do try to brush twice a day, but
I did brush this morning.
Did you? Well, see, I did too.
I did.
Well, you knew you were going to be on TV,
right.
and this would go over the cameras.
Yes.
Your terrible bad breath would go over the camera. Your normal terrible. They don't have terrible bad breath. I'm just teasing.
I'm glad you mentioned this because we actually have a really great program at North Clay called Miles of Smiles.
Really?
And it is, I'm not quite sure exactly who takes that on, but it's a local organization that they travel around different schools and they provide free dental care for
that's
children
cool.
who need that. And that'll be at North Clay on March 13th, 14th, and 15th of next month.
No kidding.
So, yeah, if you need your child to get some very important dental care, check it out. There's information on our website, northclayschools.com.
Ladies and gentlemen, it's just perfect that they're here. Unbelievable. It's almost kismet.
We didn't plan that, did we?
It's cool. It's kismet. It's kismet. It's working thing. They did a great deal when things work out. I just love that. Thank you, Keith. That for who comes in? Well, I tell you what we'll do. We'll talk about this in a little. We'll talk about this a little bit more. What do you want to see on TV, folks? What's on TV tonight? High school basketball tonight. We have girls basketball on here on this Thursday night over in Salem. East Alton Wood River. The Oilers are going to be playing the Salem Lady Cats, and that'll be on this channel as well as Channel 98 or Channel 99. Of course, you can also catch all those games on Facebook Live at Catch TV Live Broadcasting as well as on YouTube. Now, the Salem YouTube channel is different from the everybody else YouTube channel. The Salem YouTube channel is Wabash Catch TV West. Everybody else is Wabash Catch TV, so keep that in mind. NBA basketball tonight. The Bulls at the Nets, and that's on TNT, channel 633 at 6:30. Followed by the Milwaukee Bucks at the LA Lakers. That's on TNT, channel 633. How about that? LeBron James just picked up his. Did you get a chance to see that one?
I did. I stayed up and watched it.
Did you stay up to watch that?
Yeah.
You really? I mean, I'd forgotten it was happening. That's what I feel bad about. I forgot it was happening but he had to get 30 points to get there, right, or something like that.
36.
Yeah, and what a record! Kareem's record was. I mean, for those of us who are children of the 60s, 70s, 80s, and 90s, Kareem was
Skyhook.
The skyhook was
Couldn't stop it.
It gives you chills thinking how good that skyhook was. And I guess LeBron was talking about working on a skyhook for last night's game, but he didn't end up shooting it, right?
Yeah, you have to fade away put him over the top.
Which
is
for
a patent shot.
Yeah, for LeBron, that's pretty good. Yeah, there's nothing wrong with him hitting the fadeaway. What else in sports tonight? The hockey. It'll be Colorado Avalanche at Tampa Bay. That's on ESPN channel 601. And NCAA men's basketball. Northwestern's at Ohio State. That is on Fox Sports 1 channel 610 at 7. Followed by Arizona State at Stanford at 9 o'clock. Iowa is at number 1 Purdue tonight. I don't know who to root for. I hate them both. I dislike them both, I guess.
Purdue's really good.
Purdue's really, really good.
They've got the pieces.
You get a chance to watch Zach Edey play, that's a good time.
They got good pieces around them, and they play a style, and they're very, very physical. They've got a chance.
They're very tough. That's at 6 o'clock tonight on ESPN2, channel 638, followed by San Francisco at Gonzaga at 8, and then at 10 USC at Oregon, also on ESPN2. And finally, and I'm telling you this because you don't usually get a chance to see him play, over in Evansville, first year in Division I, USI, Southern Indiana, the Screaming Eagles will be playing down at Tennessee Tech. That's on ESPNU, channel 642. Have you seen the Screaming Eagles play?
Not since they've been Division I. They're in the Ohio Valley now, right?
Yeah, they started this year, first year in the Valley. That'll be a lot of fun. This is Keith Price. That is Travis Wyatt. You're watching Big Talk with Bruce Dickey. We're going to come back and tell you all about the North Clay expansion plan and how you can be a part of it. You are watching Big Talk with Bruce Dickey on Wabash Catch TV. We'll be back right after these words. Stick around.
When you want an honest deal and hometown service without the runaround, go to Lamont Chevrolet Chrysler in Fairfield. Let Gabe McGahey, Sheldon Bunning, Jeff Black, Dennis Downs, Matthew Rogers, or Caleb Dunn score the best deal for you on your next new or pre-owned vehicle. Parts and service departments with factory-trained technicians and express lane and state-of-the-art tire and alignment technology. Lamont always inspects your battery, antifreeze, wipers, and tires for free. We want you prepared for the open road ahead. Open 24/7 at LeMansOnline.com. You'll like the way we do business.
I'm Dr. Eric Pikus. I'm a general practice physician here at CRHPC, and I work at the Clay Medical Center in Flora. One of the things that I love about working for CRHPC is the fact that it's a federally qualified healthcare center, and that means that we can take care of any patient, whatever the case may be. We don't have to worry about their financial situation, and I love the fact that we can take care of anybody that needs our help. So no matter what care somebody needs, we're going to give them the best possible care available without judgment.
Briscoe Surplus Sales on the northeast edge of Flora is your one-stop do-it-all shop. Looking for rugged boots and footwear from great brands like Lacrosse, Rocky, and Carolina? They're there. How about top-notch small engine parts and service? Briscoe Surplus Sales has it. Whether you're wiring your switches or switching your wiring, Briscoe Surplus Sales has the solution and the know-how to help you get the job done right the first time. Briscoe Surplus Sales, your one-stop do-it-all shop.
At Clay City Banking Company, we're all on the same team, regardless of zip code. At home, work, school, or across the country, you can be part of our team with our cutting-edge mobile banking products. From your hand, you can check balances, transfer money, make deposits, and pay bills. Looking for a loan? We've got you covered with our mortgage, agriculture, commercial, and consumer loans. Join our team today. Clay City, Flora, Louisville, and Fairfield Banking Companies. We're the hometown banks, member FDIC, and equal housing lender.
It is all things new at Zimdar's Heating, Air Conditioning, and Appliance Repair. We have a new line of heating and cooling equipment and new technicians. Our new equipment line offers 24 months free financing and excellent warranty coverage. Our experienced service technicians can provide you with quality service and repairs on all brands of HVAC equipment. Zimdar's has been serving Clay County and the surrounding areas for over 23 years. The employees of Zimdar's are here to help, so call local and call Zimdar's.
Hello, folks. Welcome back. Big Talk with Bruce Dickey here on the Wabash Catch TV. Keith Price is here. That's Travis Wyatt there. They are the current superintendent and future superintendent at North Clay Schools. I guess what is that, District what?
25.
25.
District 25. So to do.
What we're having is a special board meeting, but it's also, more importantly, it's a public forum to come together and speak about and discuss different ideas that we have for some future projects that we're going to have, because we've bonded money for that, and we're looking at different items that we want input from the public on different things we want to prioritize. Now, the board has set 5 different priorities in those specific areas, because as you go along in this process and you're talking, renovations, you're talking lighting and projects and maybe even additions, money goes pretty quick in this day and age, especially after COVID.
Yeah, absolutely.
It's just going to go really quick. So we've done a tremendous job of getting the revenue and bonding the money. We have a tremendous rate for that, but we also now know that we've got to start focusing on what exactly our needs are.
We'll get to the 5. We'll get to those 5 in just a second. But I'm intrigued, having gone through in Wayne County, having gone through a few school referenda.
Okay.
And that kind of thing. I'm intrigued at this is kind of a different approach how North Clay is doing it, to me anyway, in my experience, in that you are asking for, by golly, you're wanting people to come in and tell you how to do it, aren't you? I mean, that's pretty.
Right.
A lot of times, school administrators don't do that. What made you guys do that, Keith?
Well, I think transparency is big. We have a lot of needs that are in our district. Over the past 10, 15 years, our district has done several projects, such as roofing at the high school, a new outer shell at the high school, windows and doors at the high school,
Hot
water,
air conditioning
in the gym, new gym
Getting
floor.
ready to do HVAC and roofing at the grade school this summer. So we've got a lot of projects that we've done, and maybe some people don't understand that, but this is even a bigger opportunity.
Well, that, I guess that's probably what folks may not understand, Travis. They may not realize exactly what the building project is. Who can best summarize what the project is?
Well, I don't know if I'm the right person to do that, but the project itself is, we're trying to pin things down on what exactly are what we feel like our needs are, but we want to get input as well. And then from those 5 different priority areas that we'll talk about here in a minute, then we'll start seeing, we'll get designs and we'll see what those cost, and we'll weigh those things out and what that process might be. But for us, it's an opportunity of some things that probably have been discussed in our district, probably the best I can tell, for at least the last 2.5 decades.
Yeah.
But the opportunity is now for these things to take place. And so we're pretty excited about what this can do for our great kids and the future of our district and the opportunities that it's going to provide for us.
Let's talk a little bit about that. I brought up Wayne County down there. They were talking about whether to build a new school or not. One school did. Wayne City did build a new school. One school did not. Chose not to. Fairfield chose not to. And Sisney right now is in the kind of in the middle of what they want to do. This project, it isn't really a new school, but it kind of is, isn't it? Right? Tell me what kind of changes the folks are looking at.
Go ahead, Keith.
Well,
Let's just tell them what the 5 areas are.
Yeah, that's
we can
cool.
give examples in maybe each one of those.
right. Our school board, through different meetings that we've had over the years and looking at our building needs, we've, like what Travis said, we've identified 5 different areas that we feel our categories or buckets, as we're kind of calling them.
And we want to give a little bit of shout out to our school board members. They do a tremendous job of everything, and they've went through some tough times here with COVID.
Well, it's a lot of work.
We're really proud of the leadership and all that they do for our students, and I know they don't get enough. So if you get a chance to say something to our board members or any board members, tell them thank you. We'd really appreciate that.
Don't just talk. Talk to board members. Talk to board members when they're putting together good projects, not just about beefing about coaches and stuff.
Yeah.
Right.
For true.
So the 5 categories we're looking at, first one is lighting, parking, and sidewalk. That's kind of a category. The next one's renovations, learning spaces, safety and security, and then finally athletic and extracurricular spaces.
Well, that is all. The wild thing about that is that each of those categories, the needs change over the course of time, don't they? I mean, you're like, for instance, 25 years ago, you guys, in putting this together, probably wouldn't have thought security all that much, but now in 2023, you kind of have to keep that in mind, right?
Yeah. I think, our students' safety and security and our staff, that's always priority day one, and it never stops on day one.
Yeah.
We do that every moment of every day. That's priority one. So that has to include that are different projects in that area. Just for some examples, there might be making a more secure entrance for our high school.
Yeah.
We have a secure entrance, but we'd like to have even more secure, like we do at the grade school, like with an airlock and so forth, if that's the direction that we go. And these are just ideas and thoughts. We have our ag building, industrial arts building, and the high school are kind of separated. We'd like to enclose those. That's a safety area. We call that the breezeway. We like to connect the 2 campuses together between the ag shop and the commons area. There's an open driveway through there. We like to have that all connected. That's a safety issue as well. And then, there's things like interior doors and locks and asbestos abatement and health life safety needs that have been on health life safety items for the last several years. Those things all are items that we need to take care of within a 10-year time period.
Yeah. I tell you what, let's do. We're going to get deeper into this, and we're going to take a quick break, folks. Because I imagine that the health, life, safety requirements, they change all the time too, don't they?
They do.
It's something kind of fun to keep track of. You're watching Big Talk with Bruce Dickey, here along with Keith Price and Travis Wyatt. We'll be back right after these. Please do stick around.
At Midwest Farm and Land, we've got a team of dedicated land, home, and commercial experts ready to help.
We understand that buying or selling a property can be extremely stressful. Let our folks take care of you and help you find your perfect piece of property.
Whether it's recreational or hunting land, farmland, homes, or commercial, we're there to help.
Local experts with national reach. If you're interested, give us a call, 618-532-1961, or check us out on the website, midwestfarmco.com.
When you want an honest deal and hometown service without the runaround, go to Lamont Chevrolet Chrysler in Fairfield. Let Gabe McGahey, Sheldon Bunning, Jeff Black, Dennis Downs, Matthew Rogers, or Caleb Dunn score the best deal for you on your next new or pre-owned vehicle. Parts and service departments with factory-trained technicians and express lane and state-of-the-art tire and alignment technology. Lamont always inspects your battery, antifreeze, wipers, and tires for free. We want you prepared for the open road ahead. Open 24/7 at LeMansOnline.com. You'll like the way we do business.
For service beyond the surface, call Carter Trucking in Fairfield. Carter's trucks are ready to haul your big freight and grain. So whatever you call Jeremy Carter, the Mucho Mulcho Man, the driveway doctor, the gravel guru, the pothole pirate, the rockin' redneck, the smooth operator, the mudhole master, or the happy hauler, just call him. 842-2022 to haul your big freight.
And call, stop in anytime. We're always there.
665-3358, and you guys will take any questions. won't you?
Absolutely.
I mean, because that's the thing, they're paying the bonds, but it's these folks' money.
Yes, absolutely.
It's your money, and they want you to be as fully informed with that, which to me is outstanding. The transparency that you're involving
We
here.
appreciate that.
Let's talk a little bit about the 5 points, the 5 points. We talked about security. Talk about the health and safety bond, the health and safety requirements. I would have thought North Clay schools were probably pretty up to date, but these change all the time, right?
They do. And with health, life, safety, there's always a few things that you may not get to. Secure entrance, hot water, which we did that, but we need to go horizontally. We need to go vertically now up to the high school. And then there's always locks and securities and other updates, lighting, any
Wait
kind
a
of
minute.
asbestos.
I'm trying to understand vertically and horizontally. You've already done horizontally. What'd you do?
We did. We had a school maintenance grant, and we put a new hot water heater at the high school. So we did the vertical or the horizontal piping.
Okay.
But we didn't go up to
You
the
didn't do
second floor.
okay.
So we still have to get up there.
Okay. All right. Yeah, that costs more money.
Yes.
That's exactly right. Okay. What else is there?
Well, and we can go ahead and read through the buckets and kind of give examples, but the idea is that these are just examples. These are just thoughts and ideas that we've talked about with the board and we've talked about for some time now. But we want to make sure that people understand these are the 5 priority areas and these are possible examples just to kind of give people a little more insight of what we're looking at. So if you want to go ahead, Keith.
What are some of the other ones?
As far as renovations go, if you've been to the high school, you've seen our bathrooms. Our bathrooms are.
Yeah.
It's a 1948 building.
I was going to ask.
Right.
I was thinking the building was the '60s, but it is older than that, isn't it?
It's a 1948 building, and our custodial crew over the years have done a phenomenal job.
Phenomenal.
Our school
They do a
board
tremendous job.
and district leadership has done a great job over the years to set priorities and set strategic planning as far as HVAC and other upkeep, new lockers that we have in the high school, those kinds of things. We've been creative to replace those and keep the building up to date. But we've kind of reached this point where the projects have gotten larger, and bathrooms is a big part of that at the high school. And
Well, that's the thing, especially at the high school, because the grade school side, it's a newer building anyway, right?
1977 is the
77.
elementary building.
When you go into the elementary side, the restrooms are
And then
less primitive.
And then the junior high is a 2003 building.
Okay. All right. If you go to the high school and go to the basketball games, you can understand why you need to update it a little
Well,
bit.
the
right?
biggest thing on the restroom is that we need to have them ADA compliant. That's the American Disabilities Act.
Right.
So, we need to have some space in there for those folks too. We want to have everyone to be able to come to our facilities and come to our activities.
Are we okay, is this part of the expansion, then are we knocking down walls and making things bigger, or are we going to renovate what we have in there?
Well, one idea with the bathroom issue is to decommission the bathrooms at the high school on the south end, and in the potential addition of connecting the breezeway and connecting the buildings, in that addition would be new bathrooms.
Okay.
in that.
All right. I never have heard the figure. I guess what was the total figure for the bonds?
We have bonded $12 million.
Okay, all right. So I'm now my mind is starting to work. And ladies and gentlemen, if you're going to be there, actually get your mind working around that number, because we'd all like to have the. I beef when I go to an airport and they don't have a moving walkway anymore. Right. Doggone it, that's too bad. But we can't have that at $12 million at North Clay School,
right.
Which would be fun, though. Have you thought about that?
No,
Can I make that suggestion?
That's not an idea that's been presented so far.
Well, I'm glad I'm here.
Yeah, we'll make a note of that.
Yeah, that's cool. I'm so glad I can help out in any way possible. Okay, you said restrooms. What else are we talking about?
The renovations.
Then the renovations.
Mm-hmm.
We're also looking at potential new office spaces.
Okay.
And that falls in line with the and this is where the projects have kind of come to. When you start looking at a new secure main entrance for the high school, when you do that, then you start looking at, well, then you got to kind of shift the office space around. And you start doing that, then that leads into this, and this leads into that. The questions arise, and that's why we need the community input to see what our priorities need to be, because again, the funding is limited as far as what we can do. We can't do everything on the buckets. We can't do that. So, if we move, potentially, if we locate the high school offices in the new addition, in the connection of the buildings, and if you do that, then that takes care of the secure main entryway. Or if you don't move the high school offices to that new addition, then you're working with where the high school office is currently. And to do that, well, then you really got to be creative with the current space to secure that main entrance.
Well, and I tell you what, let's take another quick break. But when we come back, the main priority for the school is teaching students anyway. Right. And when we come back, we're going to talk about renovations and changes to the learning spaces. How about that?
Sure. Perfect.
You are watching Big Talk with Bruce Dickey. That's Travis Wyatt. This is Keith Price. And we'll be right back after these words. Please do stick around. Having car trouble, need a tow, or just some routine maintenance? Butcher Automotive in Louisville has you covered. Locally owned and operated, Butcher Automotive offers complete vehicle repair services along with tire sales and wheel alignment. They're your local Hankook tire and interstate battery dealer. Butcher Automotive offers free local pickup and delivery so your car can be repaired while you're at work or at home. Butcher strives to treat everyone's vehicle as their own. At Butcher Automotive, they don't want you to give them your business, they want to earn it.
Residents of the Clay County and surrounding area have relied on Clay County State Bank for sound professional service for over 100 years. With convenient lobby and drive-up hours, we are ready to serve you Monday through Saturday. We appreciate all who bank with us, and we look forward to the opportunity of working with anyone who is looking for a community bank to help with their financial needs. Give us a call at 665-3314, visit us online, or stop by and see us on the square in Louisville to experience our friendly personal service.
When you want an honest deal and hometown service without the runaround, go to Lamont Chevrolet Chrysler in Fairfield. Let Gabe McGahey, Sheldon Bunning, Jeff Black, Dennis Downs, Matthew Rogers, or Caleb Dunn score the best deal for you on your next new or pre-owned vehicle. Parts and service departments with factory-trained technicians and express lane and state-of-the-art tire and alignment technology. Lamont always inspects your battery, antifreeze, wipers, and tires for free. We want you prepared for the open road ahead. Open 24/7 at LeMansOnline.com. You'll like the way we do business.
I thought I'd lost my business in that fire, but my agent was there before the flames were out. He said, together, we're going to rebuild. Our employees depended on it. My independent agent and auto owners made sure we didn't skip a beat. I mean, we didn't miss a single payroll.
For whatever lies ahead, we're always there. Auto Owners Insurance. North Wayne Insurance Agency in Flora is your local independent auto owners insurance agency.
Well, fun. Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back. Big Talk with Bruce Dickey here on Wabash Catch TV, as joined by Keith Bryce and Travis Wyatt. They are some of the administrative staff at North Clay High School and Grade School, the unit district up here in Louisville. The priority is always the kids.
Absolutely.
Let's talk about the learning spaces. What changes are kind of suggested in how kids can best use the facility?
Okay. Well, obviously, we know that nowadays the CTE, the career and technical education, that route is huge.
It's getting bigger all
for
the
students.
time.
Absolutely. That traditional 4-year college path is a great path for those that take it, but it's not right for all students.
Right.
So, we talk about welding, we talk about construction, talk about plumbing and electricity, those kinds of things. We have a brand new return of our industrial arts program with Kelly Stortzum. He's doing a phenomenal job.
That's wonderful.
The kids are...
Usually you see shop, for 10 or 15 years, shop was big. Industrial arts.
Right.
Shop. Shop went away, and I'm glad that you're able to find teachers to be able to teach shop anymore.
Mm-hmm. Well, there was a huge push, 20 years ago about, the college track, and I think schools kind of got away from that vocational emphasis, and I think that, we're realizing now that's where we need it, because if you want to call a plumber, who are you going to call? They're limited right now.
That's exactly right.
Right, so those are very, very much needed.
How do you make the learning spaces area different to improve that? Like you say, I guess making a building a shop. What other different curricula can you bring in, maybe, or think about bringing in? And this doesn't really. And don't get me wrong; these meetings aren't really for curricula, are they?
Well, it ties into curriculum because, we look at what, whatever that need is for our students, that's going to roll into what kind of new curriculum that we need to get.
What else do we need to cover? Lighting and parking and sidewalks. By the way, tell me we're not getting rid of that big doggone front yard. I love the big front yard. That's going to stick around, right? Are you going to you're going to put a great big building out there right in the middle of it? What are you doing?
I guess on the east side of the high school there.
Yeah.
Well, right. I mean, we look at parking. Either we renovate the current parking spaces that we have, locations that we have, or how much potentially does that wrap around to the east side of the building, and that
Especially
would.
if we change like where the main entrance is, then we would need parking on that side. But we would like to maintain some of that beauty and texture
That's
out front
my
of the building
point.
as well.
May I offer another suggestion? Trees. Like we put some trees out there.
We got one massive one out there.
Well, I know you got one. You need more. That massive one's not going to be there forever, ever.
Well, that tree has some sentimental value.
But
believe.
if you've been at some of our games or different events, sometimes even last night or Tuesday night, we had some limited parking at some of our events if they're well attended. So we'd like to do something in that area with sidewalking and improve lighting, which is also a safety security type situation as well. But back to your classrooms too, a lot of things that we're also looking at is we have science labs upstairs that are kind of outdated. Perhaps those could be something on a renovation or a new build. Renovate those upstairs for something that we could utilize as well. We do have a couple of exterior buildings that are mobile buildings. We call them portables, that we'd like to see eliminated and get those kids included within the building as well. So there's that area too. And then the final one that we've got is athletic and extracurricular spaces. And that could be the possibility of even a third event gym. Events mean that we could hold different activities
like
there.
Like an auditorium style thing, maybe?
Well, at this point, we don't know that for sure, but something where we could definitely host different events in. We've got lots of different activities, especially at the grade school, junior high, that we have one small gym space for, and we're running a lot of activities through there. And we've added several activities even at the high school. So we're trying to make sure that everyone's got places to compete and practice in as well. That's become a big issue. Right?
That is, you're right. That's one big thing at the high school. You've got the one stage.
Right.
And you've got different plays and musical. You got a nice program that would love to have a better maybe a dedicated space.
So that's a possibility too. Again, these are just ideas, but we're also looking at locker room renovations, possible weight room that we don't have. We've got some weight stuff up on the stage at the high school. So we're just looking at different opportunities in all these 5 areas that would benefit and address some needs that we felt like we've had, and not only address them now, but address them for years to come for our great kids.
Well, and that's the thing. You look down the road. You're looking as part of both your jobs. You're looking down the road to make. You've got almost 500 kids in the system now, K through 12, or over 500 around that. You're looking also potential growth,
absolutely,
over the course of time. I mean, you never know when some school might. I hate to bring up the word consolidate sometime, but you just never know.
Right.
It's the kind of thing that can happen. I tell you what, we're going to do. We're going to take our final break, come back and wrap things up today with Keith and Travis. We're talking about the meeting. Will there be snacks?
We didn't have snacks last time.
But we could.
You did mention that Thursday is National Pizza Day. We're not going to have pizza for everybody. But you can bring your own pizza and then eat the pizza while you're at the meeting.
There you go. The thinking process, ladies and gentlemen, is underway. It is underway, and that's all we ask. As a member of the community, that's all we ask.
We're just trying to adapt.
That's exactly right. We're going to be right back after this word here on Big Talk with Bruce Dickey. Back in a sec.
In 1916, Warren Miller chose auto owners insurance. Later, his son made the same choice, as did his grandson. And today, his great-granddaughter did the same. As we reflect on where we've been, we're grateful to our independent agents and to those who have put their trust in us, and to the generations who will. Auto Owners Insurance.
Harrison Insurance in Louisville is your local independent auto owners insurance agency.
Make Carnaby Square in downtown Fairfield your fashion leader. We're the little boutique with the big inventory of beautiful, trendy outfits and clothing in a wide array of your favorite name brands. And don't forget our large selection of jewelry and accessories. Carnaby Square is Southern Illinois' largest dealer of Brighton. At Carnaby Square, we take pride in our one-on-one, knowledgeable customer service and look forward to helping you create your own special look. Plus, always free gift wrapping. Find endless gift ideas 24/7 at CarnabySquare.com and on our Facebook page. Shop the fashion leader in downtown Fairfield, Carnaby Square.
Napa know-how.
At Flora Auto Parts, you can count on the Napa know-how experts to have the solutions to keep you running on the road or in the field. More than just your car, your locally owned Napa store carries a large inventory of parts for farms, heavy trucks, and just about everything that moves. Experienced counter people understand your needs and are ready to help with the perfect part at a great value. That's Napa know-how at Flora Auto Parts.
When you want an honest deal and hometown service without the runaround, go to Lamont Chevrolet Chrysler in Fairfield. Let Gabe McGahey, Sheldon Bunning, Jeff Black, Dennis Downs, Matthew Rogers, or Caleb Dunn score the best deal for you on your next new or pre-owned vehicle. Parts and service departments with factory-trained technicians and express lane and state-of-the-art tire and alignment technology. Lamont always inspects your battery, antifreeze, wipers, and tires for free. We want you prepared for the open road ahead. Open 24/7 at LeMansOnline.com. You'll like the way we do business.
Hello, folks. Welcome back. Big Talk with Bruce Dickey here on Wabash Catch TV. Thank you so much for tuning in. I'm talking today with Travis Wyatt and Keith Price, and we are talking about the meeting tonight. How many of these meetings are you guys going to have?
This will be our second one.
How many do you have
We had
planned?
2 planned.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So this is it. This is your opportunity. how successful how many folks would you like to have there making suggestions with given the size of the community? I mean, you want parents' input for sure, but I'm guessing you'd also like to have some non-parents too, right?
Yeah. I don't know if there's a number that we're looking for. We just want to have people to feel like that they have the opportunity to come in and say, hey, have you thought about this? Have you thought about that? And it's just that gathering of information and ideas, and then we'll see how those all fit into the 5 priority buckets that the board has set as prioritizing. And then we'll start with our architect and our construction management people, and we'll start putting those things, prioritizing those things specifically, and we'll start putting that process in place. That's why it's really important for us to do these now, because in March we want to get something together, because if we're going to be doing renovations and we're going to be doing additions, that's probably things that'll take place in the summer of 2024.
Well, that's right, and you know as well as I, if you set your plans now, in spring of 23, with the intention to begin construction, say a year from now, or something like that.
Yep.
And then you try to make a change in your plans a year from now. You might need more bonds.
Right. Yeah, I mean, there's, like you said, it's $12 million, but that's still just one pie.
Yeah.
And how do we prioritize that? And to be honest, the cost of things since COVID has gone up quite a bit. We've seen some decline in that, but there will be some tough conversations and some decisions made. And it doesn't mean that all items will be removed, but it might be that perhaps those would have to be phased in at a later date, and try to keep that long-term goal on these are the things we really want to see happen. How do we go about that, making those possibilities there?
Let's talk a little bit about the school itself. How are things going? Travis, I had you here last fall. We talked about the CEO program. Yeah. Tell me a little bit about how that's going on.
CEO is going great. They just finished their class project.
I like how the escape room.
Escape room went really well.
It sold out, didn't it?
I don't know if they sold out or not, because there was still some. They did really, really well, and they're using that business and those funds to now get ready for their individual businesses and the trade show, which will be there in April. And so it's really exciting how they've grown and the skills that they've done and the connections that they've made. And we just know that this is a tremendous program. We're actually in the process right now of recruiting the next class for next school year. So they've just helped our CEO students themselves at North Clay, Clay City, and Flora, took the opportunity to talk to this year's juniors. And so those students now have the opportunity to have a blind application process and get involved with that and put their thoughts in and join that program for next school year.
Go ahead, Keith.
And full armor too.
Correct. Yes, full armor too as well.
Okay. You forgot about full armor being involved. How did how have the kids? Are they excited about it? The ones who were in it this year, have they responded as you kind of hoped, or better or worse?
Oh, I think they've responded great. There's been some, right before Christmas and before the class business, there was some tough stuff there.
Yeah.
You know, that's a lot of type A personalities working together for one goal and trying to get everything worked out, and they have to come up with everything. You know, Jackie Akers is our facilitator for the CEO program, but she doesn't do it. The kids do it.
The kids are doing the work.
They're inventing their own businesses right now, and they're coming up with business plans and everything that's involved with that.
Are you able to stay in touch with that much, or
I am. I'm also a mentor for the program, but as the chairman of the board of CEO, I am also in touch with all those different things, and we're progressing at a super great rate, and we're just really proud of those kids in the program.
Well, that's a
great addition for our community.
That's cool. I'm glad to hear that that's doing well. And speaking of last summer, and you know, I hate to talk about athletics, but that's what I'm involved in. Mm-hmm. That's what I see at North Clay. You've got a pretty talented group in school right now, don't you? That has in school and out of school. Tell me about, Keith, talk a little bit about the excitement that gripped the school all last spring and actually the fall before that during baseball season.
Yeah, obviously the baseball team that won the state championship, Class 1A, last year was phenomenal experience for our community and our school and our students. And I will say those students were equally talented on the field as they were off the field. Those students came in, that team, those players, they come into school every day, and they were great attitude. They were involved in helping create a very positive environment for our district. So they just weren't the athletes that just, the cocky athletes that you might picture that schools have. They were not. They were so down to earth and humble, and they were all really good friends, and that was a good I think a big part of their success. And how well they got along.
Coached.
Very well coached. Right?
Coach Freck does a great job.
Very well coached.
Yeah, Coach Freck. Question. And I think I know the answer before I ask the question. Say you get up there, it was at Normal, right? Or was it Peoria? It's Peoria.
It was in Peoria.
Peoria. Say you get up there to Peoria and somehow you run into a buzzsaw. The team has the great year, they get second, or they get fourth, who knows, when they get up to Peoria. How do you think the build of the makeup of these kids, the reaction and the reaction of the community, it had probably been pretty similar had happened as well, right?
Oh yeah.
I agree.
Oh yeah.
100%.
Right. It's hard to say, how the feelings would be.
It's a good thing we don't know.
If it didn't happen, right? You don't know.
We don't have to find that out.
Right. But I think the same. Yeah, the community would have rallied behind them in the same way and supported them, and you're right. I mean, across the board, athletically, right now, extracurricular wise, our student body makeup right now is just made up of a lot of phenomenal students. Our girls' sports programs are doing well. We have bowling, which is a new program that we have.
Cool. When did the bowling start?
This year.
Oh, is that right?
Yeah, we have a return of high school track, which began last year. We've talked about esports, which is a huge new athletic experience.
Would you have to make the esports type of thing as part of the renovation? I mean, the technical issues, let's call it I guess technical is a better word for the IT issues. Are they part of the new projects? I guess they are.
Well, we have Wabash right next door to our school district, so
that's right.
I assume there'd be a great partnership and support. Maybe beef up our.
We'll see what we can do. Yeah,
our data.
Yeah, if you need it.
Yeah, but that's part of the conversation too. What our needs are for extracurricular spaces.
Tell me a little bit. We talked about the athletic side, but I know that the academic side is tremendously important. As these kids are going, I mean, the goal is to either get them into a good job in the vocational side, or get them into college, or further their education as needed or as wanted. You always look forward to awards days at schools, because that's when the kids are having fun. That's when they're getting the money. How do the funds look this year or at North Clay? I mean, we have a lot of good scholarships coming up?
Go ahead.
Yeah.
More about that.
I don't have any specific insight on individual students and how much and where.
Well, I'm not asking that.
Right. But I think so.
Little Joe's looking for $45 a year from Harvard. That's what it costs.
And our baseball team, we had several players from that baseball program go on to college.
But I mean, I guess I'm asking more the academic side. You have the academic scholarship side at North Clay's outstanding as well, right?
Correct. Yeah. Jaren Romack is our guidance counselor, and she heads up the scholarship application process for our students. So there's always a long list of applications that and opportunities that students have. So again, I would encourage all parents to go to our website, northclayschools.com. There's a list of scholarships that you can apply for.
And we do have
right now's the time too, isn't it?
And we have North Clay School Foundation, which is our academic foundation.
That's what I was trying to get to.
Donate to that as well, and that provides scholarships for a couple of seniors each year in academic area. And we actually have an anonymous donor that provides for anyone that wants to go into education, specifically on the early education side. There are scholarships available for students that are interested in going into education, because we all know we need people, as some of us are getting near the end, we need more people to continue this, because education is the most valuable thing that we can provide for our students. And that way they've got all the tools they need to pick out their careers and their lifestyle as they move forward. So we know that will always be with them, and that's how important education is. That's why we're here. And
Right.
That's why we want to do the great things for North Clay.
Keith, Travis, how much of a change have you seen over the course? I mean, you've been hiring, and you've been hiring in the HR side for 20 years or more.
Yes, we have.
How much of a change have you noticed with the number of teachers you get an opportunity to take a look at?
The teacher candidate pool right now is pretty small, especially for those just coming fresh out of college. We do have connections with Eastern Illinois and other area colleges, and we try to do our very best to make sure that North Clay is known. And we want to be that place where they know that we've got great kids and great staff and a great family and a community that supports and wants the very best for our kids. And we hope that when they come into our culture and our family, that's exactly what they're looking for. And that to me is hopefully what makes us different, is that we have a positive community leading for our great kids. And we feel like that momentum was really boosted by our state championship, but we've got so many kids doing so many great things every day. We could probably have award ceremony every day for somebody.
Oh, that's cool.
Every grade level.
Is it kind of like with teachers, is the old days of basically just going up to Charleston and making your pick of the litter? It isn't really there anymore, is it?
No.
Because Charleston, Eastern Illinois has been the cradle of teachers. For
That's
years.
where I went to.
Yeah.
Pretty much for our area. Yeah.
Yeah, we no longer receive 30, 40, 50 applicants
No kidding.
for a job. No, we may get 6 or 7 for an elementary position, and we feel good about that number. As far as we feel fortunate to get 6 or 7 in this environment,
which is
right
better
now.
than some.
But at the end of the day, you can get 40 applicants, but you really only need one good applicant. And we've been very fortunate over the recent years during this teacher shortage, where we'll have an opening and we might get a few applicants, but we'll get a phenomenal applicant. That we'll go with, and a lot of times it will be someone that knows North Clay, they know what we're about, they know the people here, and they want to come here. So we've been fortunate in that sense, and that makes us feel good that we're part of a district that does great things.
If I could too, we want to give a shout out to Alice Robinson. She's a teacher of SB, recognizes those who excel. So we're really excited and proud of Alice for all she does for our students, and that's great recognition by the Illinois State Board of Education. So way to go, Alice.
Outstanding. Congratulations, Alice. Gentlemen, thank you so much for coming in. Again, if you have any questions, give them a call I wrote it down. What's the phone number?
618-665-3358 is the unit office phone number.
665-3358.
And you can also go to our website, northclayschools.com. There's a tab on the website, and it takes you right to the building project survey, and you can prioritize how you feel the 5 different categories, what you feel is most important, and then give your specific ideas in those categories.
Couldn't have said it better myself. Folks, thanks for tuning in Big Talk with Bruce Dickey today. Thanks to Travis Wyatt. Thanks to Keith Price. Thank you all so much. We'll see you next time. Have a great day.